Hey, it's David here. The playbook has shifted. The rules have changed. We're in a new game going forward, I truly believe. We've gone through many years of a long-term secular cycle, going back all the way to 1980, probably when many of you weren't even born or just infants, with high interest rates, 20% federal funds rate, 1980. And we took a 40-year dive, pretty much straight line down to 2021 of zero Fed funds rates. What's that mean? Huge tailwinds behind us to build assets, to invest money, to have capital that could be leveraged with very, very cheap interest rates or declining interest rates. And that really allowed for a strong generation, really two generations that were able to amass significant amounts of wealth overall. Not saying it's right, not saying it's fair, it's what it was. Where are we today? We have flipped the switch and we had from 2022 to 2023 the fastest rate in rise of interest rates in history. Not the greatest interest rate number, but the fastest rate of increase. That matters a lot. From essentially zero to 5.25%, 5.5%, 500% increase in 15 months. We have not seen the headwinds or the friction of that interest rate increase play out yet, because there's a lot of intervention by the government, the Federal Reserve. There's a lot of fiscal policy manipulation, printing the printing press is on with the Fed. They've injected so much liquidity into the marketplace, but call what you will, it's fake money, or it's money that's becoming more and more diluted. Why is gold taking the huge rise that it has in the last 2 years, running well over 36% returns year over year? Why is that happening? Because our currency, the reserve currency of the world, at least at this point, the dollar, has been devalued immensely. Why is the stock market running so high and everybody's cheering new highs, new highs, new highs on a relative basis, real terms, not nominal? Nominal is what you see on the printing press, the numbers that they produce. Real rates of return, the stock market has actually underperformed gold massively. Now, I'm not saying to go out and buy gold. I do keep gold. What I'm saying to you is we're being fooled. We're being fooled once again by the government manipulating the currency, the interest rates for many, many years, and trying to make us feel like we're rich. But go out and try to buy what you could, what you have to pay today for something that you paid much less for even 3, 4, 5 years ago. Massive difference. So where are we today? We've, in my opinion, the financial markets, even though they're at, quote, all-time highs today, I don't believe that's where I would put the preponderance of my money. Look, I'm not against the markets, the equity markets overall, but if you've had a big, long run where there's been nominal profits, there should be a time when you take some chips off the table. I'm not a financial advisor, not giving you financial advice. I'm just saying these are questions you might ask the person who you work with that helps you with your money. I'm a big fan of hard assets, tangible assets, assets that are closer to the earth, which could be land, farmland, real estate, precious metals, commodities, oil and gas. These are the areas that I believe overall are going to do well in the future, particularly relative to the financial products, Wall Street equities, the financialization, the arbitrage of cheap interest rates that really push those markets up for many years. I believe those days are past us, declining quickly. So understanding where you allocate your capital is really, I think, what every business owner, every investor has to figure out. I love to be in communities where I can have these discussions real time with people who don't have an agenda on where I'm investing. They're not taking commissions or splits or I'm paying for financial advice. I'm not against financial advice. I'm just saying I want to be in a place where I can see entire overview of what I might be able to invest in and be discerning with other people about where I might go. And then go ask my tax advisor, go ask my attorney, go ask whoever what I might do. But you need to be the driver of your future. You need to become more acclimated to what your financial model should look like and not leave it to other people, particularly people who haven't gone through a full cycle. We're going through a full cycle right now. It's going to be, I think, very frustrating for a lot of people on the backside if they're not being discerning and prudent about the future and understanding some of how the market cycles work. Not what you signed up for, but this is a place to be if you want to have a generational plan beyond your active income and even have your kids or grandkids understand what's in the future. This is where you need to focus today, in my opinion. How are you going to do that? Where do you go? I'd say I'd find out and make that a really focus point of designing your freedom plan going forward.